What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Maxwell Kosmalski. Obviously, joined with me is my co-host, Nolan Claypack, and welcome to the New School Project.
Otherwise known as Peckman Jones. What is up, everyone? I was trying to do a little intro like Max there. Max, dude, what were we just listening to? That shit was hype, dude.
Well, we threw on Painted Black.
Yep.
Obviously, an amazing song.
I want to paint it black.
I've been playing that song so much lately. I go through these cycles where it's like I'm jamming to the Rolling Stones for a few weeks, then I'm jamming to the Eagles, then I'm jamming to Pink Floyd, or, you know, whoever, Don Henley.
Great names right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
bunch of music. Well, Don Henley's with the Eagles, so same thing, basically. And then we played Across the Universe. And if you guys haven't heard that song, you should listen to it. It's by the Beatles. It's not something you play when you're trying to get super excited and having fun with your friends. It's more of like a song that you play when you're on psychedelics in a dark room or something. It literally, it's just a crazy song. The way it makes me feel is unlike any other song, and that is the only song I can listen to just on a loop. And I've listened to it on a loop for more than an hour at a time.
Were you playing chess while doing that?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I've done it a bunch. I usually don't listen to music when I play chess, though.
Have you ever watched The Wizard of Oz while playing The Dark Side of the Moon? Have you ever synced that up?
Yeah, I did try it once. And
what did you think?
I mean, it seemed just like a neat coincidence. I didn't think
was it enough to be a coincidence? Was it kind of...
I didn't think it was that mind-blowing. What's the is it Great Gig in... Yeah, Great Gig in the Sky.
Okay.
That song came on like right when the tornado was coming. Time came on right when the Witch, or I don't know, it's been a long time.
Okay.
The Lady on the Bike, that's when Time started going on, and I didn't think it was anything that crazy. I've heard people talk about it, they're like, oh, it syncs up with it perfectly. But it I mean, I don't know. It was interesting for sure. But I don't think they planned it. I've heard them say that they didn't plan it. So I don't know.
Sometimes in life, right? Time is like the biggest factor. Do you agree? Timing. Timing. Time is like relevant. You know, it's just
and we also discussed this on 2 episodes ago, timing versus time in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking about the market specifically. But timing is good, but time in a skill, a profession, a hobby, whatever, that's really good too. That might be better than timing.
Yeah.
Time in.
Well, I bring it into like a little segue because sometimes when we start the show, guys, Max and I are sitting here and we're like, what do you think we want to talk about? You know? And both of us attack every single week with aggression, with mistakes that we've learned and we've accomplished now, and we take that into our week. Basically what I'm saying is, like, guys, we try really hard every single week to be who we want to be and who we wish that we could be. And just like you guys and just like everybody, sometimes we don't do it, you know? Sometimes we just don't get there, you know? But sometimes we do. But I feel like just bringing it up, timing is a great thing to talk about. First thing that I wanted to talk about was timing of Max's wedding. Super, super exciting. When is it?
May 29th.
May 29th. So May 29th, 2024, I'm assuming that things are going to be heating up in the world. And we're going to be going, we're going to be going and celebrating you, my man, you know, which is going to be well needed because we're going to be here through all that bullshit that's about to happen. And we're going to try to figure out the best plan of action.
Yeah, let's hope nothing fucks it up, dude, because, I mean, we saw, you know, the last election year, you know, they introduced a virus to us and closed down all these businesses, 100,000 small businesses, never came back from that.
Yeah.
By the way, that's
Yep.
very important to note because small business is the backbone of our economy.
Well,
And
no,
I
go
mean,
further on that. Why is
yeah,
it important to note,
so
Max?
so let's say, well, I mean, it's just important to note because it's the backbone of our economy. But what I was getting at is, if my wedding were that year, I mean, we would have been just shit out of luck.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would have gotten our tickets refunded and everything, but like, they shut the whole fucking country down, and they didn't shut me down. I wasn't wearing a mask. I mean, I wore a mask on a plane a few times because I wanted to get to Florida, and I knew I was going to get kicked off if I didn't wear a mask. And yeah, I want to stand up for my freedom, but like, I made a compromise and I went to Florida and I put on that fucking mask. I put that muzzle on my mouth. I'm not proud of it, but I wanted to go to Florida, play some golf with my cousins. But if the wedding were that year of 2020, I mean, the shit would have been canceled. They shut the whole world down. What are they going to do this next election year? I don't know. Cyber warfare, a new and improved virus, a fake war, fake alien invasion.
Fuck, anything could happen, you know? Biggest thing, though, is that, like, yeah, it affected this trip or that trip, you know? But, man, have you ever had somebody, like, actually, I'm going to ask this and then I'm going to say, yeah, I know that you have. But have you ever had somebody steal from you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know you have, and, like,
Dirtbags.
have you ever talked to that person again? Did you ever, maybe not to confront them, but have you ever wanted to associate with them again? Everything like that?
Those people don't exist anymore.
In your
Not
life?
in my head, at least.
Okay.
I've never compromised my morals on that level.
Yeah.
There's things that are just, there's right and wrong, obviously, and then there's slightly right and there's slightly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see any reason to justify stealing. Maybe, all right, if you want to go steal from the communists that are trying to take away our freedoms, then I'm gonna cut you some slack.
Sure.
But stealing from, one of your, friends who, or I guess they're not your friend if you're stealing from them, but
Yeah.
we're all in the same area, we're all in the same town, whatever. If you want to steal from someone in your community, like that's honestly, that's almost as low as it gets.
Yeah.
I've never stolen anything in my life. Actually, I remember in 7th grade, Buck, who some of you listening may know, he gave everyone on the bus a piece of gum, but he didn't give me a piece of gum. And he was just being an asshole. So when his back was turned, I took his entire pack of gum and I put all the pieces in my mouth. And I mean, it doesn't haunt me because I fessed up and I told him what I did. And he's like, that's fucking hilarious, dude. I probably deserved it. But like, no, I mean, I was raised to know that stealing is wrong. I don't think it's right at all to profit off of someone else's misfortune.
Oh, no.
And I've been stolen from, and it sucked.
Some people aren't dealt those cards, though. Some people learn a different way,
Yeah,
Me,
absolutely.
it was, I forget what I did. Oh yeah, I remember. This girl broke up with this guy, and then she wanted to be with me. And then I got my ass beat, so I stole his chick.
You didn't steal shit. It sounded like
I'm just kidding.
it sounded like she was on the market.
It's a real story, and guys, getting hit in the fucking mouth sucks. But I have stolen something before. I was young. I was at a party. I stole this like bottle of liquor from some dude's parents' house in a town up the way, But since then, never again, And then actually, when I was maybe a little bit younger, I took this pack of Swisher Sweets from the gas station, and this guy that I'm friends with to this day, he grabbed me like on the shoulder and he was like, "Put it back, Nolan." And I did, and he didn't do anything, and I'm very grateful. But I learned my lesson. But I had the parents that I should have known before, but I just didn't act on it,
Well, hey, we all make mistakes, and the people who have wronged me, maybe some of them have, apologized or whatever. Some of them certainly haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting any apology or anything, but I do know that we were kids back then, in high school. It's not an excuse, but it is a reality that we were younger, we were idiots. Hell, I'm an idiot now. Think about fucking 4, 5, 6 years ago. Holy shit. I've certainly come a long way, and I'm still no, genius or anything. I'm not full of wisdom, but we have come a long way.
You are definitely full of wisdom, but go on. Sorry.
I'm just saying, people make mistakes, and we can look past them.
Yeah, we can.
Just because someone makes a mistake doesn't mean we need to banish them from our life forever. And I mean, but some people, they will do bad things, and they'll continue to do bad things.
Exactly. So why do you think I'm bringing this up? Because forgiveness is definitely something that should be in everybody's cards.
Yeah, it's good for the person too. The person who was wronged, if you can forgive, then you're looking past that, and then you're above all that. You're not worried about these stupid little things that happened in the past, and it just is easier on your consciousness. It seems like, instead of being full of hate.
But hey, fool me once, right? Shame on me. Fool me twice.
No, I think it's shame on you.
Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is because, like, I feel like our audience and people that want to achieve things in life, people that want to grow in life, right? I think that environment has a great deal to how anything grows. Us, a plant, a dog, and how it's raised. And I think that these people wronged us, man.
They did.
And I think that a lot of us have hate for certain things that people have wronged us on in our own lives.
You should specify these people. These people who wronged us.
Tell me, Max, who are these people?
I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the powers that be, which doesn't specify anything.
Let's just say the powers that be.
Basically.
Yeah,
the government and these world leaders who orchestrated the taking away of our freedoms.
Yeah.
They fooled us once. Maybe they fooled us in the past, and, we could talk about that. Maybe we won't get into that. But right now we're looking at the fool me once, shame on you part.
Right now,
what's going to happen next? Are they going to try it again? And if they do try it again, and if you fall for it, then shame on you at this point.
Yeah, shame on you. But also, the thing of the matter is, they are going to do it again. They are going to do it again. And it is going to fucking be some bullshit. Facts. Tell me different. Let us know in the comments. Tell me different. And the type of frustration and anger that you have with somebody that's wronged you on an individual basis is something to be understood, something to look at and not forget, right? Now, to wrong the world because you're in a situation of power, because our money's held in a plastic card, because the salt has to get to the table, because resources have to intermingle industry to industry, and people can stronghold that or just give it for free, in a world where that is going on. I feel like our audience really has to fucking understand that I think that we all have a similar oppressor. And I think that if you have anything that you've learned from maybe somebody else wronging you, or maybe you wronging something else, whether that's a person, place, or thing, stealing, talking shit, whatever. These people did that to millions on like the 9-figure amount.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you could argue 9 figure, or you said 8 figure or 9 figure?
9 figure.
Yeah, you could argue 10 or 11 figures. I mean, this happened around the globe.
Yeah, and I'm just so goddamn tired of not
Oh,
saying anything
there's-
or not doing anything about it and not trying to speak my piece because I do not give a fuck right, left, fucking this, that. You have this outlook on life. You have that outlook on life. You were dealt these cards, you know. This was one time in history where these people dealt us these cards and we didn't have a choice. And it was all of us. And
Well-
it made perspective on the times where certain ethnicities or certain other things didn't have a fucking choice and shit like that. But right now, money feeds us. Money is like, hey, we go get some groceries, we go do this, you know. Not to mention the worst thing that they can do to a human being is put them in solitary confinement. We fucking need each other. Other than that, it's just death. We need each other. And somewhere along the line, we have to sit there and be like, you know what? These people that they don't have to dig holes, they don't have to maybe, you know, punch in all these fucking numbers on a screen, or maybe they don't have a boss that's a dickhead, or maybe they have 3 kids and they're overwhelmed, but there's no choice other than to show up. These people have the resources to plan our demise, and it's just fucked up, man. They have the time to do it, and we're lacking the time, but we're not lacking each other, and that's like the biggest point I wanted to bring up, going all the way back around on timing. Like, this is our time. It's our time.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't know you were going to bring that up, but this is a cause that I'm passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
You know that. I mean, I was speaking out against the bullshit from day one. I got the criticism. I had people tell me awful things that you just wouldn't say to somebody. It's just like fucked up. You know, people telling me that they're glad I'm not vaccinated because I'm going to die, and then there's less Republicans. Bitch, I'm a libertarian. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, beside the point.
But even-
people said
going
messed up
into-
shit as I was trying to speak out against it. You know, we're getting our businesses closed down. You know, everyone's got to wear a mask. These kids in kindergarten had to wear a mask all day just to protect them from a virus that never would have hurt them in the first place. And then, you know, they took an authoritarian like step towards the information. And it's like, you know, the media, they demonize anything that just opposed the government's opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
And everything is not so black and white. I mean, there are experts on both sides of most arguments that can make a good case about anything.
Absolutely.
There is no reason to shut down any opposition to any idea.
Well,
We should be able to discuss anything. Abortion, economics, you know, the inflation topic, energy independence, shutting down the fucking schools, putting masks on children. We should be able to argue both sides. But this was a different scenario. We were not allowed to argue the other side, or else we were deemed bad.
But wasn't it forced? Wasn't like I can't like go about this conversation without saying like, why did you call that lady a bitch?
Who,
Did
me?
you? Yeah. Did you know her?
No, I didn't call her a bitch.
I know you-
I was just saying that.
but
Like,
that's
bitch,
how you-
I'm a
but
libertarian.
that's
I'm
how
not a
you-
Republican.
But that's how you feel. You know.
I mean-
but didn't they make you feel that way? You know what I mean? In terms of like, maybe this woman, you know, maybe she didn't get dealt cards, you know, and maybe she is this way, and maybe, you know, someone describe her as weak, you know, because she trusted these people that we pay 30% of our money to, you know, these people that are supposed to be like the home of the free and the land of the brave, like they're supposed to represent that culture, you know. So like I can't go about this conversation without asking why did you want to call her that? You know? Let's get into it, man.
well,
Because
I
people
didn't-
you know the people need this. You know they do, Max.
well, I
In
don't-
terms of the divide.
Well, I'll say this. I didn't call her a bitch, and I didn't reciprocate with argument or anything. I laughed it off.
I didn't think that
Like,
you did. I
like-
didn't think you did. I just wanted to, but that's how you feel. You felt like she was a bitch.
Well,
Sure.
no, I wouldn't even say that. Honestly, it was like someone telling me that the earth is flat. I was just like laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Are you for real? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. We should be able to trust the news, and the news has deceived us.
Yeah,
And
man.
I feel for her. She probably she probably justifies her beliefs to, she probably thinks that she's doing good or believing the right thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it'd be productive. It's like when people are on the right are like, "Oh, we should just let the leftists have abortions because then there'll be less people on the left." Shut the fuck up, dude. You're not doing anything good for this country by saying shit like that. You're not bringing people together. You're not trying to level with anybody. You're not trying to meet in the middle. Just shut the fuck up. And she can think however the fuck she wants. I don't care.
Right.
And I tried to feel for her. She has her beliefs, whatever. Do I believe what she believes? Absolutely fuck not. But she can say whatever she wants. I didn't take it to heart. I don't know how this came up. I just said, this all stemmed from me saying that I was speaking out against the bull crap, and people were like wishing death upon me.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm literally trying to preserve our freedoms. I'm not just trying to preserve my freedom. I'm trying to preserve your freedom too. And yeah, me fucking bitching on Instagram ain't gonna change shit.
Well,
But I still want to at least have my voice heard, and I have the right to do that. And she thought she was doing good. I thought I was doing good.
I thought that you did great. I literally wanted to bring that up just for the podcast's sake, And I saw this reel the other day, right, where Russell Westbrook, he will never sign something with a blue pen, a blue Sharpie.
Is he superstitious or something?
Well, because a blue pen can be like transferred, whereas like a black pen doesn't transfer as well. So like, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the little kid, right, has this blue pen. He's seeing his star. He wants to get it signed, but he just walks right past him. Now, how the fuck is Russell Westbrook going to explain to this little kid, hey, I'm sorry, buddy, I can't sign that because of the blue pen. You know what I mean? And he had to just walk right past him. And I'm not trying to say that that woman is a child, but I do think that she doesn't know exactly why something isn't happening for her, if that makes sense. And the only reason I brought up the bitch thing was not to ever try to make you seem like a certain way, right?
Yeah, that's just how I was speaking. Something was so absurd, and I'm like, bitch, and then explanation.
Well, I thought that lady was a bitch too.
I mean, it's kind of a bitchy thing to say.
Just gonna be honest.
Like she was basically hoping that I died. That's kind of mean.
I thought she was a fucking bitch. I just wanted to bring up why that thought is there. And how this woman probably has nothing to do with why we feel that way about each other. In a certain sense, like leadership's a big deal, and it comes from the top down. And shout out to our boy Andy Frisella. Like, she may be listening to the wrong leaders, and it's hard to say, oh, we're right or whatever. But let's talk about the 10 to 11 figures of amount of people that were affected by what the fuck these people did,
Well, I do want to correct that because I did the numbers. 9 figures is 100 million. 10 figures is a billion. And we have 9 billion people, I think. So there ain't no 11 figures in this debate. And what you said about listening to the wrong leaders, we know that has been the case time and time again through history. I mean, Nazi Germany, if the people didn't support that leader, Hitler, then he wouldn't have been able to do what he did.
Yep.
And people simply followed the wrong leader. He killed 6 million Jews. And that's absolutely atrocious. That's horrible. But there were people supporting him, and he was convincing enough to get people to lead him. And, looking at it from this standpoint, and obviously we don't have every last piece of information because I know all of history is written from a historian's perspective, and that historian could be anybody. It could be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I went to college to be a historian and then I started writing history, then I'm a historian.
Well, do you remember the
then-
author of your 11th grade U.S. history book?
No.
Yeah,
obviously
fuck no,
I
you
don't.
Yeah.
But that's not so much the point. The point is that people do follow the wrong leaders.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking Trump versus Biden. I'm just saying in general, people followed Hitler. I don't know if people followed Mao, but I mean, Mao, he did some atrocious shit with his famines and everything. Did he gain that power through support? There's a chance he did. I'm not educated on this topic. I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of leaders that were not good, and people did follow them. And looking back, you could say that they were incorrect.
I don't know
And-
Mao at all, but
Mao Zedong, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think he's responsible for like 30, 40 million deaths in China long time ago. But
yeah. Well,
anywho,
so like we said at the beginning of the pod, we kind of just get on here and we talk about certain things that we're feeling, And then,
sometimes we're prepared and we have a strict outline. And other times we like to have fun. We come on, we're like, yeah, we could talk about this, we could talk about that. We're shooting the shit, listening to music before, and then we're like, all right, you ready? Let's hop on.
Yeah.
And I love it. I have so much fun doing it this way.
I'm so tired of like people being afraid to experience America. Like, check this one out, right? Wouldn't it be fucked up if we lived in China and we had a daughter and then they killed her?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be fucked?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's fucked.
They did that for a
it's not-
while, dude.
It's not a weird thing to talk about, guys, and I'm just trying to spring some hope. 2024. This podcast is probably going to be called Timing. Timing into 2024, because we are the people of America, man. We are like, the world is looking at us. The world is looking at what we're going to do, how we're going to respond, and we're in a crucial time. And you know what's something that these motherfuckers didn't foresee? How do you say that word?
Like 4C?
Foresee. Something that these motherfuckers didn't foresee. And what motherfuckers am I talking about? The powers that be, okay?
Yeah, the people running the show.
Well-
the people behind, Biden and, the people running Canada, like Trudeau, all these people, and they're all like buddy with the World Economic Forum. I mean, there was a global push towards global authoritarianism. And I figure that's who we're usually referring to when we're talking about they,
Yes,
or
absolutely.
whatever.
The people that are trying to make us dependent on them, for our downfall, straight up. Going into that, I just had this fucking thought. God damn, I lost my train of thought. 1 second. Let me bring it back.
The Jeopardy music should come in right here. And Pecker has remembered what he was talking about.
The only reason I forgot is because I came up with this right on the spot, and this is a great thing. This is something that I call divine intervention. But fucking, you know how, like, what's the whole thing? Strong men, weak men.
Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times create strong men.
Yeah, something that these motherfuckers didn't account for is the fact that the world's fast as fuck, boy. The world's way faster than it ever has been, and you make us fucking weak, we gonna be stronger than ever, faster than you can fucking ask for it, dude. I swear to God. It's something I just thought about. I'm sitting here like, yeah, we got this. We got it, And if you want to come at us and say, oh, these people feel this way or these people have these opinions, just know that we're doing everything that we can to try to keep the fucking awesome life that we all have the opportunity to live here in America. That's everything we're trying to do.
And the certain point in that, I don't even know what you call that phrase. I think, our parents, they were brought up in great times. The baby boomers, they were brought up in great times.
Mm-hmm.
And then great times created weak men. And then weak men created hard times. And that's what we're facing right now. And we may face this for the next 10 years. I don't know.
I don't think
But
so.
we are going to come out as strong men. And
yeah.
it is our responsibility to create the good times.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what we could do for, the children of my children's children.
Well, I want to leave us with one last thing, if I can end it. So if you got anything else to say.
I had a couple of things I wanted to say.
I just
we
figured-
got.
What do we got?
Yeah. I got a jet. I didn't
figured.
realize what time it was.
Yep.
Well, first of all, shout out to Andy Frisella. My fiance picked up a huge order from First Form.
Who's Andy Frisella?
Andy Frisella is the fucking man with the plan. He's founder, CEO of First Form. He is putting up the best, most efficient fight to save America and preserve the freedoms that we have today and that people have fought and died for centuries. And I got to give the man so much credit. He's done so much, and I'm so happy giving my money to his business. And this was my fiance's money, but I've given them plenty of money too. And I've always been happy with their products. This is an early birthday gift for those who can see. You can see I have a Dues Paid shirt on. For those who can't see, you just heard that I have a Dues Paid shirt on. It says established 2009. That's First Form. And they hooked her up with a free shirt and a free jacket. You guys are literally the best. If you guys need anything, supplement related, First Form is the bee's knees, and they're so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out Andy Frisella. He's literally the best.
Not an ad. It's just not.
Yeah, not an ad. We've never talked to Andy. We will eventually.
We will.
I hope so.
Did you pay dues today?
I did. I got back on the workout grind today. I've been, I work a labor job, and I got off the workout grind for a while. I got back into it a couple weeks ago, and then conveniently 2 days after my first workout, my back tweaked out, something that has happened off and on. We talked about that 2 episodes ago. I don't know if it was a coincidence that my back tweaked out 2 days after or not, but my back's doing good now, and I mean, it felt so good to get back into the gym.
Fuck
I
yeah.
forgot how much good it did for me, dude. Like my mind, I was sitting there after just busting my ass, just, one more rep, one more, fuck it, another one, and just go until death. And then, I could feel the endorphins running through my body. And it's like, I felt that natural high that you get just from busting your ass.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking be here tomorrow. That's it.
I love it. Love it.
But, I mean, yeah, we're cutting it close on time. I'll say that's about all I have to say. And one more thing, stand up for the United States and our freedoms. That's it. We are the staple of freedom for the rest of the world. If we lose our freedoms here, then all these other countries that have some semblance of freedom, you can kiss that goodbye. If we give up our freedoms and our rights, whatever they decide to pull in 2024, if they, if the Democrats steal the election or the Republicans steal the election or they cancel the election, whatever the fuck happens, I mean, at this point, anything goes. We need to stand up for the ideologies that formed this country and made this the best country in the world. And we need to stand up for the United States. We need to bleed red, white, and blue. And when you go to vote, don't vote on, well, I hate to tell people what to do, but here's my thought. Don't vote on crap that doesn't matter nearly as much. You don't see anyone, going to vote like, oh, Biden likes the color blue. I like blue more than red. So I'm going to vote for blue. Or maybe you like red more than blue. We don't vote for stupid shit like that. And I think a lot of people vote on things that aren't really that important. Like, I mean, honestly, the best example is abortion. And abortion is a touchy subject. Me, I don't give a fuck. That's not in my top 10. I'm worried about inflation. I'm worried about the economy. I'm worried about energy independence. I'm worried about, trade with other countries. I'm worried about the deficits that we have and interest rates and the national debt. Abortion probably isn't even in the top 20, top 30. I don't know. And, other minor issues. I was talking with some people about, assisted suicide and stuff. And, like that, it's an important issue, but is it impacting you every day? Are the abortion laws impacting you every day? Or do they impact you once, maybe twice in your life if you're a female? That is the reality, as opposed to inflation. Does that affect you every day? Maybe not, but it affects you every week. If you go grocery shopping every week, if you fill up your gas every week, energy independence, that affects you every week. I reckon you're using natural gas to heat your house, or electricity to cool your house, or gasoline to power your car. Those are important issues. If you guys are going to vote, I'll always say vote for freedom, and also vote for what's important. We have these minor issues, and we need to look past them in certain candidates. I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm not saying that. But if one person's got this policy that might be important to you, but might only affect you once or twice in your life, that should not take the priority of those things that affect all of us collectively every day. And that is inflation. And we're getting our freedoms challenged. Maybe not as much as we were during COVID, but think about that. Food for thought. I'll quit rambling.
No, you're good.
What do you got? You got any?
Well, those statements, I don't think that you're saying, oh, this isn't more important than this. It's literally like, this affects this amount of things.
I am saying that it's more important because it affects us more frequently.
Yes.
An abortion, maybe the record is someone has had 20 abortions, but I bet they went shopping at least 21 times in their life, or at least since inflation came. So therefore, I think inflation policies should take priority over abortion policies.
Yeah,
and secure borders. I can't forget that.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that emotionally, right? You don't rank your voting on like as much emotion as much practicality.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was trying to say, because I don't think that I don't think that you're like an unsensitive guy. You know what I mean? And I just want the viewers to understand that the depth of what Max is saying is something that he believes in. It's something that he has seen as somewhat of a downfall of us all working together. Food is more important than drinking beer, things like that, but on way bigger scales.
Yeah.
Going off of that, love what you said. And if you guys want to comment, or you guys want to have a discussion with us on anything, we're open to that. That's why we're doing this. And if we inspire you guys to say your opinion, then we're doing our job, and we hope that we do.
Yeah, and we even welcome controversial opinions. If you want to disagree with us, absolutely do it. Let's discuss. We'll talk about it. I'll entertain really anything. I mean, if you want to try to convince me that communism is better than capitalism, I'll hear you out. I promise you. I will hear you out. Mm-hmm. We'll accept any questions.
I got two things to say. The first thing I want to say is that discipline and consistency are what will take you to who you want to be, where you want to be, how you want to communicate. They'll take you to the community that you deserve, you want, everything that you desire. And
that's our plan moving forward.
Yeah.
Discipline and consistency.
But one thing I want to bring up within discipline and consistency is that without enthusiasm, you have nothing. Big time.
Enthusiasm is good for the soul. Prove me wrong, dude. Enthusiasm is good for the soul.
And the second thing I want to say is that if our students and our children of this country can't wear a backpack to class because some student might have a gun in their backpack and they get detention for wearing a backpack, then we need to all understand that we have fucking failed them and we need to do something. And that's it. That's all I got to say. And I love you guys so much. This has been the New School Project. I'm Peckman Jones, Nolan Claypeck. I'm here with the finest in the fucking land, Max Kosmalski. Max Wazowski. And guys, this is the New School Project. This is a project to build a community within the things that you love, to build a community within working hard, to build a community within kicking fucking ass and doing the right thing. So
We appreciate you guys listening. There's 3 things you guys can do to support us. You can like, comment the videos that we post. You can respond with questions and whatnot and interact with us. And you can also share the show. We appreciate all 3. And if you guys want us to keep doing this, let us know. And, you know, we appreciate your support.
fuck yeah.
And that's a wrap.
That's a fucking wrap, dude.
Thank you for listening.
Chicken,
New School Project.
bacon, ranch, little lettuce.
Now that is a wrap.
Woo!